It's class 9th. Today I am going to explain your next poem, The Duck and the Kangaroo. And actually, beta, this poem has been written in nonsense verse. What is nonsense verse? Nonsense verse is that verse that such type of poems or writings which are written without any rhyming words. Those are written anyhow only to manage the lines of the poems. And this poem, The Duck and the Kangaroo, has been written in amusement by the poet the Edward Lear. So let us start. I am going to explain this poem. The title, The Duck and the Kangaroo. Duck means the buttock, a type of bird, and the kangaroo is the animal. This is the title. Now we should start by reading this poem. Sad part first. This poem is divided into 6 part, and so here first part, that is the first passage, I am going to read. Then second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. Said the duck to the kangaroo, good gracious, how you hop over the fields and the water too, as if you never would stop. My life is a bore in this nasty pond, and I long to go out in the world beyond. I wish I could hop like you, said the duck to the kangaroo. Again, here in second passage, poet says, please give me a ride on your back, said the duck to the kangaroo. I would sit quite well still, I would sit quite still and say nothing but quack the whole of the long day through, and we would go to the D and the jelly bully, over the land and over the sea. Please take me a ride, oh do, said the duck to the kangaroo. Now in third passage, said the kangaroo to the duck. This requires some little reflection. Perhaps on the whole it might bring me luck, and there seems but one objection, which is if you will let me speak so bold. Your feet are unpleasantly wet and cold, and would probably give me the rheumatism, said the kangaroo. After this, your fourth passage, said the duck as I sat on the rocks. I have thought over that completely, and I bought 4 pairs of worsted socks which fit my webbed feet neatly. And to keep out the cold I have bought a cloak, and every day a cigar I shall smoke, all to follow my own dear true love, a kangaroo. Then in fifth and last stanza, passage poet says, said the kangaroo, I am ready all in the moonlight pale, but to balance me well, dear duck, sit steady, and quite at the end of my tail. So away they went with a hop and a bound, and they hopped the whole world 3 times round, and who so happy, oh, as the duck and the kangaroo. So students, you will find that this poem can be divided into 2 parts, that is the statement of duck and the statement of kangaroo. So statement of duck is a first passage, second passage, and the fourth passage, and statement of kangaroo is the third passage and the fifth passage. So now let me explain this. Said the duck to the kangaroo means, said once kangaroo and duck both met with each other, and on meeting, duck requested to the kangaroo, good gracious, how you hop, means friend, Sriman, honorable, how you hop, means what is the reason, what is the root cause of your hopping, this talent from where came in you, over the fields and the water too. Here the two word means the adding fields and water. So duck is saying that you can hop in fields also and in water also, because you know very well students that duck can only voyage or can swim only in the water, and this is the water is the place for suitable place for duck. So now you will find duck walking or and moving on the ground field also, that to move and walk on the field is unpleasant, not preferred by the ducks. So due to this reason, duck is here saying to the kangaroo that how kangaroo has capacity, has talent to hop on the fields and water both places. As if means duck says, suppose you never would stop. Means duck is saying that you hop continuously over the fields and the water also, and it seems that you will never stop. You will continuously hop on the water and the field. My life is a bore in this nasty pond. Nasty means unpleasant. Pond means talab. So Duck is saying that his life, my life means Duck's life, has become totally bore, not interesting. That is the attractionless in that unpleasant pond, because for a long time he was or he is swimming in only in that pond. And I long, here long is the swimming word keen desire, the deep desire from the root of the heart. So duck is saying that being born in nasty pond, I have a long desire, keen desire, I have wish to go out in the world beyond. Beyond means beyond, out of the pond means duck wants to come out from the world of the pond and want to move to and fro on the ground also. So further, Duck says, I wish I could hop like you. Duck is saying that he has longing, he desires to hop like the kangaroo. Said the duck to the kangaroo. Further, in second passage, Duck again says, please give me a ride on your back. Here Duck is requesting to the kangaroo to give ride on his backside, on his tail. Said the duck to the kangaroo, I would sit quite still. Still means fix by fixing or being a fixed, sticking, being stick on the tail or back side of the body of the kangaroo. So duck is saying that he would sit quite means completely, still means fixed, means he would sit on the back of the kangaroo by being completely fixed, and he would not move little bit to and fro and say nothing but quack. And further, duck is promising before kangaroo that he would say nothing to the kangaroo except the quacking of his sound the whole of the long day through. Duck is saying that the whole day duck will sit on the back of the kangaroo without saying any word except the quacking. And we would go to the D and the Jelly Boli. Jelly Boli and D is the place, imaginary place. So duck is saying that after sitting behind of the tail of the kangaroo, both would travel to the D and the Jelly Boli, that is the famous places, over the land and over the sea. Means they will go also all over the land, everywhere on the land and everywhere in the sea also. Please take me a ride. So again duck is requesting before kangaroo that to take him on his back, ride on his back. Oh do, here the word is emphasizing. Duck is requesting by emphasizing that please, oh do means do, follow me, do my advice, accept my request, said the duck to the kangaroo. In third stanza, now poet says, through the words of kangaroo, here means the kangaroo is replying. Said the kangaroo to the duck, means here kangaroo advises some suggestions to the duck. This requires some little reflection. Reflection means thinking, time to ponder things, विचारों सोचना. So kangaroo said that to move to and fro by taking you on my behind, it in such situation demands some thinking about it. Perhaps, that is probably, on the whole, it might bring me luck. And then finally, after thinking some time, kangaroo said that it will be surely good luck for me to make move you, to make travel to you by sitting on my back. And there seems but one objection, but further he expresses some hesitation which are going in the heart of the kangaroo, which is, if you will let me speak. So bold. And kangaroo further requests that if duck will allow to kangaroo, then kangaroo will tell the objections, that is the doubt which are going in his heart. your feet are unpleasantly wet and cold. And the kangaroo says that the your feet, that is the duck's feet, are unpleasant unpleasantly wet and cold, means his duck's feet are very wet and very cold, and which are, and such situation wet and cold of the feet are unpleasant, that is troublesome for the kangaroo, and would probably give me the rheumatism. Rheumatism means to feel sleepy. So kangaroo is saying that the wet and cold nature of the feet of the duck will make kangaroo sleepy, dozing, rheumatism, said the kangaroo. That is advice to the kangaroo. Then in fourth stanza again duck says, said the duck. Then said duck replied, or you can say duck suggested, as I sat on the rocks. Means when duck is saying that when he was sitting on the rocks taking rest, I have thought over that completely. Then by sitting there, duck thought a lot of things on these problems. That is the nature of his feet, that is cold and wet. And I bought 4 pairs of worsted socks. Worsted socks is the a type of quality of socks, special in special way knitted. So Doug says that he has bought 4 pairs of worsted socks which fit his my web fit neatly. Neatly means completely, perfectly, and those socks which has been brought by the duck worsted socks will fit in his feet, web fit in his feet completely, perfectly, and to keep out the cold. And further Duck says that by wearing on or putting on worsted socks, he would remove the problem of the cold and wet feet on the back of the kangaroo, and the problem of the cold would be solved by wearing or putting on a cloak. Cloak is a loose garment to wear at the time of sleeping or at the time of leisure moment by persons. So in Hindi, cloak is can be said a chonga, loose vastra, ढीला kapda. So Duck is saying that for the purpose to solve the problem of cold, he has bought a cloak. वह एक लूज कपड़ा गारमेंट लाया है. एंड एवरी डे अ सिगार विल आई विल स्मोक, एंड ही विल आल्सो he put on the clock on his body to remove the problem of cold, and also he will smoke cigar every day, all to follow my own dear true love of a kangaroo. And further Doug says that all these are to follow only the advice of the kangaroo, in the love of the kangaroo. Duck said, means Duck said that केवल तुम्हें सुविधा देने के लिए, on the only for the purpose to give pleasant experience, pleasant feeling during the travel, I will do all this truly. And after that, finally the kangaroo became ready and said the kangaroo, that is kangaroo replied, I am ready, means he was ready now, he is ready now to make travel to the duck, all in the moonlight pale. Moonlight pale means the withered, that is the in the light of the moon, but to balance me well. But further kangaroo requested or advises to the duck to keep the balance of his kangaroo's body during the hop. Dear duck, sit steady. Steady means firmly. He requests duck to sit firmly and quiet at the end of my tail. And where to sit? And quiet means silent at the end of my tail, means at the last tip of the tail of the kangaroo. So kangaroo requested or advised here to the duck to sit on the back side at the last point of the tail of the kangaroo firmly by fixing there, so that the balance of the kangaroo will not imbalance. So away they went with a hop, and finally both of them duck sat on the last tail of the tip of the tail of the kangaroo, and thus both went. Kangaroo carried duck on the by making sit on his back tail, hopping and abound, and they hopped the whole world 3 times, and they made round of the whole world 3 times. And who's so happy? And here poet is asking question, and who's so happy? Oh, as the duck and the kangaroo. Here poet is saying that when they made, both of them made 3 rounds. Duck was sitting behind the tail of the kangaroo, and kangaroo was feeling good luck, very lucky to himself by making travel and by making sit on the back of his tail to the duck. Then who was so happy in both of them? Who was much happy than the other? Oh, who? As the duck and the kangaroo. Either the duck or the kangaroo, or both were the happy equally, or duck was more happy, or the kangaroo was more happy. Who was feeling the more contentment, or both are feeling the equally contentment? This is the question of absurdity, and poet wants to know by the readers that who, in the view of the readers, after reading poem, who was the much lucky, who was more lucky, who was more happy by traveling 3 rounds of the world. Thank you. This is the explanation of this poem, The Duck and the Kangaroo. And if any problem occurs, then contact me. And this poem is not a serious poem, because this poem you will find on the book nonsense verse, and nonsense verse always used by those poets who write poem for the only for the amusement, for the pastime. So this poem has been written only for the purpose of pastime, for the purpose of amusement. So there is no serious matter, only to explain, but it is important for examination purpose. Thank you.